Across history, entire civilizations vanished. Books appeared from nowhere. Armies marched into the fog and never marched out. Colonies dissolved overnight. No bodies, no graves, no goodbyes. Some of these mysteries are centuries old. None of them have been solved. What if history is hiding far more than we realize? Number 7. The Lost Colony of Roanoke. 1587. A remote island off the coast of what is now North Carolina. 115 English settlers, men, women, children. The first English child born in the Americas takes her first breath here. Her name is Virginia Dare. Their governor, John White, sails back to England for supplies. He promises to return within months. War with Spain delays him. 3 long years. When he finally steps back onto the shore of Roanoke, he finds something impossible. The settlement is empty. No bodies, no graves, no signs of struggle. The houses have been carefully dismantled, as if the colonists had all the time in the world to leave. And carved into a wooden post, a single word: Croatoan. No explanation, no farewell. One word, etched into the silence. 400 years of searching. DNA tests, archaeological digs, hidden maps revealed only under ultraviolet light. Not a single colonist has ever been found. 115 people swallowed whole by the New World. But if a colony can vanish without a trace, what about a book? A book no human being has ever been able to read. Number 6. The Voynich Manuscript. 1912. A dusty library in an Italian Jesuit college. A rare book dealer named Wilfrid Voynich buys it, and almost immediately regrets it. 240 pages of vellum, hand-inked over 600 years ago. Botanical drawings of plants that do not exist on Earth. Star charts no astronomer can identify. Naked figures bathing in green pools, connected by impossible plumbing. And the writing, flowing, elegant, completely unreadable. The team that broke the Nazi Enigma code tried to crack it. The codebreakers of the NSA tried. Linguists, mathematicians, artificial intelligence, all of them failed. Statistical analysis confirms it follows the patterns of a real language. Word frequencies, grammar, syntax. It is a language. It just isn't one we know. Carbon dating places its creation in the early 1400s. Before most of the codes it has been compared to even existed. Who wrote it? Why? And what knowledge could be so dangerous that it had to be hidden inside a language no one was meant to understand? But hidden knowledge is one thing. What about hidden technology, 2,000 years ahead of its time, pulled from the bottom of the sea? Number 5. The Antikythera Mechanism. 1901. Greek sponge divers off the island of Antikythera stumble onto a Roman shipwreck. Among the marble statues, they find a corroded lump of bronze. It sits in a museum drawer for decades. No one realizes what it is. Then the X-rays come back, and the impossible stares out from the film. Inside that lump of bronze are gears, dozens of them, precisely cut, interlocking. A machine, a device built 2,000 years ago, capable of predicting solar eclipses, the positions of the planets, and the dates of the ancient Olympic Games. It is, by every definition, an analog computer, built when most of the world thought the Earth was the center of the universe. Nothing of comparable complexity would appear again for over 1,000 years. Where did this knowledge come from? And more disturbing, where did it go? If the ancient world possessed technology this advanced, what else have we lost? What else has slipped through the cracks of recorded history, including perhaps an entire Roman army? Number 4. The disappearance of the 9th Roman Legion. They were called Legio non Hispana, 5,000 of the most disciplined soldiers the world had ever seen, veterans of Julius Caesar's campaigns, the pride of an empire. Early 2nd century. They marched north into the mists of Roman Britain. Their mission? Crush a rebellion in the wild lands beyond Hadrian's Wall. And then, the records simply stop. No battle account, no casualty list, no triumphant return. The 9th Legion is never mentioned in any official Roman document again. 5,000 men, with their eagles, their armor, their war machines, gone. Slaughtered by the Picts, reassigned in secret, wiped out by a plague the empire wanted to forget. Here is the chilling fact. Rome was meticulous. Every legion's fate was recorded, even in defeat. The destruction at Teutoburg Forest filled volumes. For Rome to erase the 9th from history entirely, something happened that the empire itself could not bear to write down. Some disappearances leave silence. Others leave bodies. 9 of them, frozen on a mountainside, with injuries that should not have been possible. Number 3. The Dyatlov Pass Incident. February 1959. The northern Ural Mountains of the Soviet Union. 9 experienced hikers, young, in peak physical condition, bound for a remote pass. They never come back. When the search party finds their camp weeks later, the scene is wrong, deeply wrong. The tent has been slashed open from the inside, violently, by someone trying to escape. The hikers ran out into a -30-degree blizzard, barefoot, half-dressed. Their bodies are scattered across more than a mile of frozen forest. Some show no external injuries, yet have crushed ribs and fractured skulls. The kind of damage, investigators say, that could only be caused by the force of a car crash. One woman is missing her tongue, her eyes. Traces of radiation cling to their clothing. The Soviet investigation closes the case with a single, chilling phrase: death by, quote, a compelling natural force. The files are sealed for 30 years. Even today, the truth of what came down that mountain has never been explained. Some mysteries are buried by snow. Others are buried by emperors who do not want to be found. Number 2, the tomb of Genghis Khan. He conquered more land than any man in human history, from the Pacific to the gates of Europe. 40 million dead in his wake. And when Genghis Khan died in the year 1227, he gave one final order: that his grave be hidden from the world forever. His followers obeyed with terrifying loyalty. The slaves who built the tomb were executed by the soldiers who escorted them. Those soldiers were executed by another unit. A river was diverted to flow over the burial site. 10,000 horses were marched across the ground to erase every trace. And then, the witnesses to that were also killed. 800 years later, no one has found him. Not National Geographic, not satellite imaging, not the Mongolian government's own expeditions. Local legend insists the tomb is cursed, that those who disturb it bring catastrophe upon the world. In 1941, the tomb of his descendant Tamerlane was opened. 2 days later, Hitler invaded the Soviet Union. Buried with Genghis Khan, according to legend, are treasures beyond imagination, the plundered wealth of half the known world. But not every lost treasure is hidden in the earth. Some vanish in plain sight. In the middle of a war, from inside a fortress. Number 1, the missing Amber Room. They called it the 8th wonder of the world. An entire chamber. The walls themselves, constructed from 6 tons of hand-carved amber, gold leaf, and mirrors. A gift from the King of Prussia to Peter the Great. For 200 years, it glowed inside the Catherine Palace near St. Petersburg. the most valuable single room ever created by human hands, today worth over $500 million. 1941. The Nazis invade the Soviet Union. Soviet curators try to hide the room behind wallpaper. The amber is too brittle to move. German soldiers find it in less than 36 hours. They dismantle the entire chamber, panel by panel. 27 crates, shipped west to Königsberg Castle. And then, in the chaos of the final days of the war, the amber room disappears. Bombed in an Allied air raid? Hidden in a salt mine? Loaded onto a ship that sank in the Baltic with 1,000 refugees aboard? Every credible witness who claimed to know its location has died, often under suspicious circumstances. Treasure hunters who got too close have been found dead in the woods. 6 tons of amber. Gone. As if the eighth wonder of the world had never existed at all. History records what humanity remembers. But perhaps the greatest mysteries are the things history forgot. Which of these mysteries do you believe can still be solved? If mysteries like these fascinate you, subscribe to Curiosity Archives. Tell us in the comments which mystery deserves its own full documentary. Next episode: 7 ancient discoveries that should not exist.